Chosen one, I want you to listen carefully, because what God is about to reveal is not for casual hearing. It is for your spirit, your understanding, and your destiny. There is a force at work in your life right now, a gentle yet firm hand, a divine restraint that feels frustrating, limiting, or even unfair at times. You may look at your life and wonder, why am I being held back? Why do doors close when I feel ready to step forward? Why does timing seem delayed? I want you to know right now that God is holding you back, because that person, the one who has been whispered over your heart, prayed over in seasons you may not remember, and aligned in the unseen, is your chosen spouse. And until you are ready, until the season is fully prepared, God's hand will remain deliberate, strategic, and protective. So often people confuse limitation with rejection. They feel that God is denying them opportunity. But the truth is that God's restraint is a form of mercy, a measure of protection, a preparation for destiny. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and not to lean on your own understanding. In your impatience, you may question His methods, but His methods are perfect. The person He is holding you for has a timing, a season, and a refinement that must be honored. You cannot rush destiny, and you cannot circumvent God's preparation without inviting pain, compromise, or confusion into what He is meticulously designing. I want you to understand the principle of divine alignment. Alignment is not about convenience. Alignment is about purpose. Genesis 2:18 reminds us that it was not good for man to be alone, and yet God did not simply place Adam beside any woman. He placed him beside Eve, the one who complemented his assignment, shared in his calling, and was designed to walk with him in covenant. You see, God's chosen spouse is not merely a companion for comfort or a source of temporary joy. They are a partner for purpose, and sometimes God must hold you back, delay encounters, or close doors so that the alignment of hearts, values, and calling is perfect. This is why so many relationships falter. They are based on timing rather than divine timing, on desire rather than destiny, on attraction rather than covenant. You may have felt the pull to move too quickly, to settle, or to pursue what seemed available. But listen carefully. What seems convenient is not always what is commanded. The Lord is preserving your heart. He is preserving theirs. He is preserving the sanctity of the covenant that will eventually unite you. The scriptures are clear. The two must be in agreement for the walk to flourish. Amos 3:3. Agreement is not surface level preference. It is spiritual alignment, a harmony of purpose, character, and destiny. God is holding you back so that you will not rush into compromise. Sometime you desire connection, companionship, or affirmation so strongly that you may be tempted to settle for less than what heaven has designed. But the Lord says in Psalm 37:4-5, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. What you truly desire, your chosen spouse, is being safeguarded by the very hand that sometimes seems to restrain you. This restraint is not denial, it is protection. God does not want you to be united with someone for temporary fulfillment. He wants you to be united with someone for eternal purpose. Now, I know some of you may feel the tension of waiting. You see doors closing, opportunities passé, seasons of singleness stretching longer than expected. And you may ask, why me? Why now? The answer is that God is refining you. Just as gold must be tested in fire to remove impurity, your heart, mind, and character are being purified for covenant. Malachi 3:3 reminds us that the refiner's fire purifies, and in the process, what remains is valuable, strong, and beautiful. Your waiting is no wasted. It is working. Your preparation is not punishment, it is provision. The person you are being held for is also being prepared. They are being refined in ways you cannot yet see. Their heart is being aligned to yours spiritually, emotionally, and morally. They are learning patience, humility, grace, and wisdom, even as you are. God's timing is perfect, and part of his protection is in Suri. That both parties arrive in the fullness of readiness. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. The Lord is orchestrating a season when both of you will step into union not out of desperation, convenience, or pressure, but out of divine readiness. Do not be deceived into thinking that love is merely a feeling or a series of fortunate coincidences. True covenant love is intentional, rooted in obedience and built on foundation. Matthew 7:24-25 speaks of the wise man who builds his house on the rock. When storms come, the house stands. The person you are being held for is being prepared to walk with you on this rock so that when the foundation is laid, it will not crumble under pressure. God's hand of restraint is enes, ensuring that when you meet, the covenant will not falter because both hearts will be mature, aligned, and fortified by God's Spirit. Some of you have seen people around you marry prematurely. They rushed into unions without the guidance of God, and now they face division, regret, and sorrow. God is saying, I am not letting you fall into that trap. I am protecting your life, your heart, and your destiny. Sometimes the world measures success by speed, by convenience, or by social expectation, but heaven measures by covenant, by alignment, and by eternal purpose. What seems like delay is often divine delay, designed to preserve joy, peace, and fulfillment in the ultimate union. The Lord is also teaching you patience, a virtue that cannot be overstated. Patience is not passive, it is active. Trust. It is faith that says, I may not see it now, but I trust the one who knows the end from the beginning. Romans 8:28 reminds us that God works all things together for good, for those who love Him. Even the delays, the closed doors, the seasons of waiting are being woven into a tapestry of blessing, creating an environment in which your chosen spouse will emerge at precisely the right moment. You may feel lonely. You may feel misunderstood. You may feel pressured by societal timelines, peer expectations, or internal longing. Yet the Lord says, do not settle. Do not compromise. Wait for me. For I am holding you back because I have already gone ahead to prepare the one who is perfect for you. That waiting period is sacred. It is a time to cultivate spiritual depth, emotional resilience, NCE, wisdom and integrity. It is a season to prepare for covenant, stewardship, and shared destiny. The one you are being held for is worth every moment of waiting. God is also using this season to teach you discernment. Discernment is the ability to recognize God's choice over human option, divine design over temporary attraction, eternal purpose over fleeting pleasure. Hebrews 5:14 teaches they, the mature have trained their senses to discern good and evil. You are being trained not just to recognize a partner, but to recognize the one your spirit has been calling for years, the one whose presence aligns with your calling, vision, and purpose. The person you are being held for is not an accident. They are heaven's design, formed in hidden places, prepared in silence, and aligned perfect with your journey. Sometimes you may be tempted to chase love prematurely. You may be tempted to settle for someone available rather than someone aligned. The Lord warns against this because compromise in covenant leads to correction later, not celebration. Jeremiah 2:9-11 reminds us that God's plans are for your welfare, not for harm, to give you a future and a hope. Your future, your hope, and your chosen spouse are being safeguarded. The doors that seem closed are not rejection. They are redirection, protection, and preparation. God's hand of holding is also a lesson in trust. Trust is not believing when all circumstances make sense. Trust is believing when the situation is unresolved, the timing is unclear, and the outcome seems distant. You are learning to stand in faith, to rest in His promises, and to wait for His unveiling. The one who is being held for you is being prepared in parallel. Their timing, their character, their readiness, all are being aligned by the same hand that is holding you back. When you finally meet, you will not be two people searching, you will be two people ready, aware, and aligned. You must also understand that waiting without frustration requires a focus on purpose. What is happening in your life now is preparation, not punishment. God is developing in you patience, perseverance, and perspective, and He is doing the same in your chosen spouse. When the time comes, your union will not be hurried, forced, or fractured. It will be mature, spiritually aligned, and purpose-driven. This is why the Lord holds you back, not to frustrate you, but to perfect you, refine you, and prepare you for the one whose spirit resonates perfectly with yours. The delay you experience now is teaching you humility, dependence, and faithfulness. These qualities cannot be learned overnight. They are forged in seasons of waiting. The Lord is teaching you to steward your own heart, manage your own emotions, and cultivate your own spiritual depth, so that when the one appears, you meet them as a complete whole person, not as someone seeking completion. Ecclesiastes 4:9 reminds us that two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. But two incomplete hearts cannot labor effectively together. God's hand ensures that when union comes, it comes with readiness, capacity, and purpose. You may be asking, how will I know when the timing is right? The answer is peace. Colossians 3:15 says to let the peace of Christ rule in your heart. Peace is the confirmation of alignment. When God opens the door, you will sense not confusion but clarity, not pressure but invitation, not fear but assurance. The one you are being held for will be unmistakably aligned with your spirit, calling, and destiny. Heaven has already orchestrated the encounter. What seems hidden now will be revealed clearly when God's appointed time arrives. God is also using this season to purify motives. Not all desire is pure. Not all longing is aligned. He is revealing what is genuine, what is based on calling, and what is meant to endure. 1 John 4:18 reminds us that perfect love casts out fear, fear of waiting, fear of loss, or fear of being alone can survive the illumination of divine love. As your heart aligns with His, you will recognize the chosen one not merely by attraction or convenience, but by divine resonance, spiritual alignment, and covenantal calling. The Lord's hand is gentle yet firm. He restrains not to punish but to protect. He delays not to frustrate but to prepare. And He guides not by force but by revelation. The son He is holding for you is being fashioned in parallel, their character being refined, their heart being aligned, their spirit being prepared for union. You are not being held back arbitrarily. You are being held for glory, covenant, and eternal purpose. This is why you must not settle. You must not rush. You must not allow impatience to dictate choice. God's timing is perfect. Ecclesiastes 3:1. One reminds us that He makes everything beautiful in its time. What He holds back now is being perfected for revelation later. When you meet your chosen spouse, you will understand that every closed door, every delayed season, every quiet prayer was a stitch in the tapestry of divine design. You are learning the value of prayer, reflection, and alignment. Your prayers now are not merely requests. They are preparations. They cultivate sensitivity to God's voice, maturity in spirit, and clarity in discernment. The person you are being held for is also hearing heaven's instructions, walking in obedience, and preparing to meet you not as a stranger, but as a fellow steward of purpose, vision, and destiny. God's restraint is also a lesson in trust. Trust is the bridge between waiting and fulfill. You may not see the path, but God sees the entire journey. You may not feel ready, but He has been equipping you with wisdom, humility, and spiritual depth. Proverbs 16:9 tells us that the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Your steps are being established toward union with the one He has chosen. The Lord is also teaching you endurance. Endurance is not simply waiting. It is maintaining faith, character, and integrity while waiting. It is walking in obedience even when the timing seems delayed. James 1:12 reminds us that those who persevere under trial receive the crown of life. The season of waiting is a trial of faith. And the reward is not only your chosen spouse, but the formation of a heart capable of sustaining covenant love. He is preparing both of you to honor covenant, commitment, and purpose. Your union will not be shallow, impulsive, or hurried. It will be deeply rooted in obedience, spiritual alignment, and divine purpose. The hand of God restrains, directs, and prepares so that when the meeting occurs, both hearts are ready, both spirits aligned, and both lives positioned for blessing, service, and impact. You are learning that Patience is sacred. Patience is a form of worship, a demonstration of trust, and a reflection of faith. As you wait, your character is being tested and refined. Your priorities are being clarified. Your motives are being purified. All of this is necessary so that when the union comes, it is not merely emotional satisfaction, but covenant fulfillment. The chosen one you are being held for is being aired in parallel. And the timing of God ensures that what is revealed will be perfect, timely, and divinely orchestrated. Do not let fear, loneliness, or impatience dictate your choices. Do not let pressure from society, peers, or internal longing push you toward compromise. Every closed door now is a divine redirection, a measure of protection, and a sign that God is at work behind the scenes. E is orchestrating alignment, timing, and readiness so that the covenant you enter will be holy, strong, and purpose-driven. Romans 8:31 reminds us that if God is for us, who can be against us? The same hand that holds you back is the hand that has already gone ahead to prepare your chosen spouse. This season of restraint is not meaningless. It is fertile. It is intentional. It is preparing both hearts for covenant. It is refining character, deepening faith, and ensuring that when the meeting occurs, the union is irreversible in its divine purpose, steadfast in its spiritual foundation, and unstoppable in its destiny. The delay is not denial. The holding back is not rejection. It is God's perfect strategy for aligning hearts, timing, and purpose in a way that human impatience cannot compare. You may wonder how you will recognize them when the time comes. The answer is unmistakable peace, clarity, and alignment. You will sense resonance in spirit, harmony in vision, and unity in calling. It will feel familiar to your heart, even if unfamiliar to your history. You will not have to question whether it is right, because every element of your being will confirm divine orchestration. Heaven has already written the encounter, and nothing can alter the perfection of its timing. God is holding you back because what He is preserving cannot be rushed, forced, or compromised. Your chosen spouse is being prepared in ways unseen, in seasons hidden, and in timing perfect. When the day arrives, union will occur in obedience, joy, and covenant integrity. Hearts will be aligned. Purpose will converge. Destiny will unfold. And you will understand that every moment of waiting was necessary, every delay was intentional, and every prayer and season of preparation was orchestrated by the hand of a loving, faithful, and sovereign God. The Lord is still speaking, still guiding, still preparing, still aligning, still refining both hearts, both spirits, and both lives, so that when the covenant is revealed, it will stand as a testimony to His faithfulness, His wisdom, and His perfect timing, continuing to unfold with clarity, alignment, and divine purpose. The hand of God is deliberate, and it does not act in haste. Every restriction, every closed door, every delay you feel is calculated by heaven's wisdom to prepare you for the person He has chosen. Too often, people equate wait with stagnation or see delay as denial. Yet, Scripture is clear that God works all things together for good. Romans 8:28, and your waiting is a divine work of refinement. He is molding your character, purifying your heart, and deepening your faith so that when your chosen spouse arrives, you meet them as someone whole, someone ready, someone aligned not only in heart but in spirit and purpose. God is also cultivating discernment within you. Discernment allows you to recognize not just the presence of love, but the presence of covenant, commitment, and calling. 1 John 4:1 instructs us to test the spirits, and this season is your classroom. You are learning to distinguish between temporary attraction and eternal alignment, between fleeting comfort and enduring partnership, between what else good now and what is designed for lasting purpose. The person you are being held for will resonate with your spirit on a level deeper than emotion, aligning not only with your heart but with your calling. You are learning that waiting is an active, not passive process. Active waiting requires preparation, prayer, and stewardship. You are being asked to grow spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually while you wait, not merely to mark time. Psalm 27:14 tells us to wait on the Lord and be of good courage. He will strengthen our hearts. Courage is not absence of uncertainty. It is trust in God's perfect wisdom and timing. While your heart longs for union, the Lord is preparing both you and your chosen spouse for a love that can withstand seasons of testing, trials, and challenges. Go. D is also protecting you from compromise. Compromise in seeking love too soon often leads to regret, heartache, and delayed destiny. Proverbs 19:21 reminds us that many plans are in a person's heart, but the Lord's purpose prevails. You may have encountered opportunities to pursue someone who seems suitable or available, yet heaven has withheld them. That withholding is not rejection, it is The Lord is guarding both your heart and theirs, ensuring that when your paths finally converge, union is not only joyous but unshakable. The person you are being held for is also in preparation. Just as God is working in your heart, He is also working in theirs. Their character is being refined, their faith is being deepened, and their spirit is being aligned with the calling of covenant. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us that He makes everything beautiful in its time. This is why your meeting will not feel accidental. It will feel divinely orchestrated. Every prayer you have prayed, every tear you have shed, every season of patient waiting has been part of God's preparation for this encounter. You are learning the power of spiritual alignment. Spiritual alignment is more than shared values. It is shared purpose, shared calling, and shared obedience to God. When two people align in these areas, partnership becomes powerful, covenant becomes strong, and love becomes purposeful. The person you are being held for will share your vision for life, your priorities for faith, and your commitment to living according to God's truth. This is why the Lord's hand restrains you now, so that alignment can be guaranteed, not assumed. God's restraint is also teaching you the value of character over convenience. Attraction can deceive, convenience can mislead, but character reveals truth. Proverbs 10:9 tells us that the one who walks in integrity walks securely. Your chosen spouse will possess integrity, moral clarity, and spiritual maturity that ensures covenant love is sustainable. Avon is not concerned merely with timing, it is concerned with quality, depth, and durability. The waiting period is shaping both of you into vessels capable of sustaining covenant, leadership, and purpose. You are also learning to cultivate patience in prayer. Your prayers are not idle petitions, they are spiritual preparation. Prayer shapes the heart, aligns the mind, and opens eyes to God's TI. Philippians 4:6-7 instructs us to present requests with thanksgiving so that God's peace guards our hearts and minds. The person you are being held for is also likely praying not simply for union, but for readiness, discernment, and alignment. Prayer is weaving your hearts together invisibly, forming spiritual resonance that will become unmistakable when meeting occurs. God is shaping your understanding of love itself. Love is not a fleeting emotion, it is obedience, sacrifice, and alignment. True love honors timing, respects boundaries, and submits to God's design. It grows deeper with patience, not pressure. 1 Corinthians 13 describes love as patient and kind, not envious, not boastful, not proud. The Lord is instilling these qualities in you so that when your chosen spouse appear, Your love will be grounded, matured, and covenant ready. The Lord's holding hand also cultivates discernment in relationships around you. You are learning not to be swayed by appearances, temporary connection, or social expectation. The wisdom of God protects you from pursuing the wrong person in haste. Proverbs 4:7 teaches that wisdom is supreme and acquiring it is paramount. This season is defining your ability to distinguish between what feels good, what seems right, and what God has truly ordained. Your chosen spouse will be unmistakable because their presence resonates with all that God has been building in you. You are also being taught endurance. Endurance is not passive waiting, it is living faithfully, walking obediently, and trusting steadily while God's timing unfolds. Jamie. 1:12 reminds us that those who persevere under trial receive the crown of life. Your season of waiting is a trial in which God develops endurance, faith, patience, and hope. Endurance ensures that when you meet your chosen spouse, you are ready to sustain covenant, commitment, and spiritual purpose without being shaken by delay, challenge, or misunderstanding. God is also revealing the necessity of humility. Humility allows you to wait without demanding, to trust without doubting, and to submit without resisting. The person you are being held for is being prepared with similar humility so that when your hearts meet, neither is attempting to dominate, control, or lead selfishly. True covenant partnership is rooted in mutual respect, spiritual alignment, and submission to God's direction. Not merely individual desire. The Lord is protecting you from premature attachment. Attachment without readiness can create entanglement, confusion, and eventual heartbreak. You are learning to distinguish between temporary desire and eternal covenant. 2 Peter 3:9 reminds us that God is not slow in keeping His promise, but patient toward us, desiring that none should perish. In the same way, His patience is orchestrating the perfect season for your chosen spouse to appear, ensuring that attachment is replaced with covenant and attraction is replaced with alignment. You are being refined in the areas of faith, character, and discernment. You are learning to prioritize obedience over comfort, alignment over impulse, and purpose over immediate satisfaction. These qualities are crucial because your chosen spouse is not only a partner in life, but a partner in calling, vision, destiny. The covenant you will enter is sacred, requiring spiritual maturity, emotional intelligence, and readiness for the responsibilities of shared life. God's hand of holding back is a form of preparation for these realities. The person He is holding for you is also experiencing parallel refinement. They are learning patience, humility, grace, and wisdom. They are being aligned in purpose, vision, and spiritual depth. God's preparation ensures that when your paths finally converge, there is no compromise, no misalignment, no imbalance. You meet as two people fully prepared to honor covenant, serve purpose, and walk in alignment with heaven's design. God is teaching you that peace is the conferment, ion of His timing. When the encounter occurs, there will be unmistakable clarity, joy, and alignment. Colossians 3:15 reminds us to let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts. Peace is not simply absence of conflict. Peace is the assurance of divine orchestration. The meeting with your chosen spouse will carry peace, not confusion, clarity, not doubt, confirmation, not questioning. Heaven has already set the stage, orchestrated the steps, and aligned the timing. The Lord's restraint is also cultivating gratitude. Gratitude allows you to appreciate the process, the preparation, and the waiting, rather than resenting it. Gratitude aligns the heart with God's perspective, strengthening faith and increasing hope. Philippians 4:4-5 encourages rejoicing in the Lord always and letting gentleness be evident. Your waiting, shaped by gratitude and faith, builds character that is essential for covenant love. You are learning that true love cannot be forced. Love that is rushed is fragile. Love that is prepared is resilient. God's timing is perfect, And the union with your chosen spouse will reflect patience, preparation, and divine orchestration. It will be a covenant of purpose, not convenience. Hence, a partnership of calling, not just comfort, a union of destiny, not merely desire. Every closed door, every season of waiting, every challenge faced is a stitch in the tapestry that God is weaving to bring you together with the person He has chosen. God is also teaching you stewardship. Stewardship of heart, spirit, and mind during this season ensures that you are ready for covenant. Stewardship means resisting compromise, nurturing faith, and cultivating character. The person He is holding for you is being trained in similar stewardship so that when union occurs, it is sustainable, harmonious, and covenant-centered. Genesis 2:24 reminds us that a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Unity in covenant begins with readings. It's in spirit, mind, and heart. And God is preparing both of you for this sacred alignment. The Lord's restraint is also teaching discernment in relationships around you. Not every connection, invitation, or attraction is yours to pursue. God's hand ensures that distractions do not divert you from covenant. Proverbs 4:25-27 instructs keeping eyes straight ahead, focusing on the path and avoiding deviation. The chosen spouse will appear clearly, unmistakably aligned with the path God has ordained. Distractions, premature attachments, or misguided attractions are being filtered by divine protection. You are also learning the value of hope. Hope sustains faith when the timeline seems long, when doors appear closed, and when the waiting feels endless. Romans 5:3-5 teaches that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. Hope anchors the heart during the season of preparation, ensuring that when the chosen spouse appears, your hearts are ready to receive covenant with joy, clarity, and alignment. God is shaping your capacity to love. Love is not just emotion, it is obedience, patience, and sacrifice. The chosen spouse you are being held for will resonate with this level of love. Both of you are being prepared to love in a manner that honors covenant, fulfills purpose, and reflects God's heart. This is why delay is necessary. Love without preparation can falter. Love grounded in divine timing is enduring. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 reminds us that love is patient, kind, and does not envy or boast. These qualities are being cultivated in both you and your chosen spouse. You are being taught that alignment precedes union. Alignment ensures that purpose, calling, and covenant merge seamlessly. Without alignment, attraction is temporary, desire is shallow, and union is fragile. God's holding hand ensures alignment is complete before interaction, ensuring that when the union occurs, it is stable, purposeful, and divinely orchestrated. Psalms 37:23-24 reminds us that the Lord establishes the steps of the righteous. When they fall, they are not cast down, for the Lord upholds them. The Lord's hand also cultivates spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity allows you to navigate covenant with wisdom, patience, and humility. The chosen spouse is also being trained in spiritual maturity, ensuring that when union occurs, both hearts are capable of sustaining covenant under trials, challenges, and seasons of growth. This maturity is essential for stewardship, service, and purpose-driven partnership. Your waiting is also a lesson in trust. Trust is not passive. It is active faith in God's timing, alignment, and wisdom. The chosen spouse will arrive in the fullness of readiness, and your hearts will recognize each other, merely through emotion, but through spiritual resonance, shared purpose, and divine confirmation. When the season arrives, you will understand that every moment of restraint, every period of preparation, and every challenge endured was orchestrated by the hand of God for a union that is perfect, aligned, and destined for covenantal fulfillment. The Lord is still shaping, still aligning, still preparing and still orchestrating. Both you and the person He has chosen are in a season of refinement. Hearts are being purified, motives clarified, spirits aligned, and timing perfected. The union will not be accidental, hurried, or fragile. It will be divinely timed, covenant-ready, and purpose-aligned. Heaven's hand continues to move, and every delay, every closed door, and every lesson of pati. Hence is a step toward the encounter that will reveal the one He has held for you, perfectly prepared, unmistakably aligned, and divinely destined. As the seasons continue to unfold, the Lord's hand remains intentional and purposeful. Every delay, every closed door, every moment of waiting is a strategic act of protection, preparation, and perfection. Too often, we mistake God's restraint for nagel, ECT or oversight. We feel frustration when timing is delayed, longing when seasons stretch beyond our expectations, and uncertainty when doors remain shut. Yet Scripture reminds us in Isaiah 55, 8-9, that God's ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts higher than our thoughts. What we perceive as delay is often the meticulous working of divine wisdom behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail to ensure the eventual union aligns with eternal purpose and covenant integrity. You are learning that patience is more than endurance, it is faith in action. Faith without patience is incomplete, and patience without faith is stagnant. Romans 8:25 tells us that if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. This season is teaching you to hope, to trust, and to anticipate the fulfillment of God's promises. The person you are being held for is also in this process developing patience in their own heart, refining character, and aligning spirit with calling. God's orchestration ensures that when you meet, both hearts are ready to recognize covenant, honor purpose, and step into destiny without hesitation. You are being trained to distinguish between temporary desire and eternal alignment. Many pursue relationships for comfort, convenience, or attraction, only to discover later that those connections lacked covenantal substance. The Lord's hand is preventing premature union, protecting you from compromise, and ensuring that when the meeting occurs, it is grounded in purpose, not impulse. Proverbs 3, 5-6 instructs us to trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean. Not on our own understanding. Your understanding may perceive delay, but God's wisdom is shaping a covenant that is resilient, purposeful, and divinely aligned. This preparation is also refining your capacity to love sacrificially. Love is not merely a feeling, it is obedience, commitment, and faithfulness. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 describes love as patient, kind, and enduring. The person you are bae. NG held for is being shaped to embody these qualities as well. Both of you are learning the essence of covenant, to honor, to respect, to serve, and to walk together in alignment with God's design. The delay is not punitive. It is a classroom for character, a workshop for maturity, and a sanctuary for spiritual alignment. God's restraint is also cultivating spiritual sensitivity. Spiritual sensitivity allows you to recognize the voice of God, discern His guidance, and respond with obedience. Hebrews 5:14 teaches that the mature are trained by practice to distinguish good from evil. Your current season is a period of spiritual training, ensuring that when the chosen spouse appears, you recognize them not only by alignment of heart and spirit, but also by divine confirmation. This awareness will prevent compromise, misalignment, or premature attachment, ensuring that the covenant formed is sturdy and lasting. The Lord is also preparing your mind and emotions for partnership. Emotional maturity is essential for covenant because it allows for stability, forgiveness, and understanding. Ephesians 4:2 reminds us to be completely humble and gentle, patient, bearing with one another in love. You are learning patience, humility, and grace, while also refining discernment and wisdom. These qualities are critical in recognizing the chosen spouse and sustaining covenant once the union begins. During this season, you are being trained in the art of waiting without compromise. Waiting does not mean inactivity. It requires active preparation, reflection, prayer, and stewardship of your O.W.N. heart. You are learning to cultivate inner strength, self-discipline, and spiritual depth. The chosen spouse is also undergoing parallel refinement, ensuring that both of you are equally prepared for covenant, equally capable of sustaining love, and equally aligned in purpose and vision. The Lord's hand is shaping your priorities, teaching you to value eternal alignment over temporary fulfillment. The world measures success by immediacy, convenience, and social validation, but heaven measures by covenant calling and purpose. The chosen spouse will align with your vision, complement your character, and strengthen your capacity to walk in obedience to God. The waiting is a protective measure, a period of preparation, and a divine refinement that ensures both hearts are ready to sustain covenant, honor God, and fulfill destiny together. God is also teaching you resilience. Resilience allows you to maintain faith, hope, and character during periods of uncertainty, delay, and challenge. James 1:2-4 instructs that trials produce perseverance, which in turn produces maturity and completeness. The delay you are experiencing is not a setback, it is a trial designed to cultivate resilience. Hence, fortify your spirit and prepare you for the responsibilities of covenant. The chosen spouse is undergoing similar resilience building, ensuring that when the encounter occurs, both hearts are strong, aligned, and ready to endure together. You are also being taught the value of discernment in relational interactions. Not every connection, invitation, or relationship is destined to lead to seed covenant. Proverbs 4:7 highlights the supreme importance of wisdom. Your season of restraint is training you to discern wisely, to avoid premature attachments, and to recognize the unmistakable alignment of your chosen spouse when the time comes. Discernment prevents compromise, ensures covenant integrity, and preserves the sanctity of divine purpose. The Lord is also refining your understanding of joy. True joy is not found in immediate gratification or fleeting relationships, but in alignment with God's promises. Psalm 16:11 tells us that in God's presence is fullness of joy. Waiting for your chosen spouse cultivates joy that is rooted in obedience, faith, and expectation. When union occurs, the joy experienced will be profound, sustainable, and anchored in covenant, not merely in circumstance. This season is also shaping your ability to communicate effectively. Communication is vital in covenant because it builds trust, prevents misunderstanding, and fosters intimacy. The chosen spouse is also being trained in the art of honest, respectful, and faith-driven communication. When your paths converge, both of you will bring a foundation of clarity, emotional intelligence, and spirit. You will alignment, ensuring that covenant thrives in truth, respect, and love. God's restraint is a form of preparation for stewardship. Stewardship in covenant encompasses care for each other's heart, support for shared purpose, and alignment in vision. You are being trained to steward your own heart, desires, and ambitions, ensuring that when union occurs, you are capable of nurturing, guiding, and honoring covenant responsibly. The chosen spouse is being similarly trained, and this dual preparation ensures that union is strong, purposeful, and divinely orchestrated. You are also learning that waiting is sacred. Sacred waiting cultivates faith, patience, and alignment with God's will. Habakkuk 2:3 reminds us that the vision awaits an appointed time and will not fail. It may tarry, but it will surely come. The chosen spouse will appear in the fullness of readiness at the precise moment of divine timing, ensuring the covenant is established on a foundation of preparation, maturity, and spiritual resonance. The Lord is also cultivating your capacity for forgiveness. Forgiveness is essential in covenant because no relationship is without challenge. Colossians 3:13 teaches us to bear with one another and forgive as the Lord forgave us. Your season of preparation is teaching you patience, humility, and the ability to release offense. The chosen spouse is experiencing similar refinement, ensuring that when union occurs, both hearts can navigate conflict, extend grace, and uphold covenant integrity. You are being taught to embrace gratitude during waiting. Gratitude shifts focus from frustration to faith, from impatience to trust. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 instructs us to give thanks in all circumstances. Your gratitude during this season strengthens your heart, aligns your spirit, and prepares you for covenant joy. The chosen spouse is similarly cultivating gratitude, ensuring that when union occurs, both hearts are capable of celebrating covenant fully, without expectation, perfection, but with appreciation for divine orchestration. The Lord's restraint is also shaping your vision for covenant. Vision ensures that partnership is purposeful, aligned, and directed toward eternal impact. The chosen spouse will resonate with this vision, complement your purpose, and strengthen your capacity to fulfill God's calling together. Alignment in vision prevents discord, strengthens partnership, and amplifies the impact of covenant life. This is why the season of waiting is so critical. It ensures that when union occurs, both hearts are not only prepared emotionally and spiritually, but also aligned in mission, calling, and purpose. You are also learning the power of faith in waiting. Faith sustains hope, strengthens patience, and ensures that divine timing is honored. Hebrews 11:1 reminds us that faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Though you may not yet see your chosen spouse, faith assures you that they are being prepared, that union is imminent in God's perfect timing, and that every lesson of waiting has been orchestrated for covenant fulfillment. God is teaching you that love is not found in haste, but in obedience. NCE, patience, and alignment. The person you're being held for will embody love grounded in covenant, maturity, and purpose. The union will be more than emotional fulfillment. It will be a partnership of destiny, vision, and obedience to God's calling. True love in covenant is patient, intentional, and resilient, and this is what the Lord is preparing for you. You are also being trained in humility and surrender. Humility allows you to wait without resentment, to trust without control, and to prepare without frustration. The chosen spouse is experiencing the same lessons, ensuring that when union occurs, both hearts approach covenant with humility, grace, and reverence for God's design. Surrendering personal timelines to divine orchestration is essential for covenant, and the Lord is cultivating this in both of you. The Lord is holding you back to cultivate alignment in purpose. Purpose-driven union ensures that both lives advance God's kingdom, fulfill calling, and sustain covenant. Without alignment, union is fragile. With alignment, it is indestructible. Matthew 6:33 teaches us to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added. Covenant. T aligned with purpose amplifies impact, joy, and fulfillment. Your season of waiting is also shaping resilience in love. Love that endures is tested, refined, and matured. The chosen spouse is undergoing similar refinement, ensuring that when union occurs, covenant love is capable of sustaining challenges, overcoming trials, and flourishing under divine guidance. Resilience is cultivated in seasons of delay, and covenant requires hearts that have been tested and prepared. God is also shaping spiritual alignment between you and your chosen spouse. Spiritual alignment ensures shared faith, shared values, and shared devotion. Ecclesiastes 4:12 teaches that a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Union with spiritual alignment is unbreakable, sustaining covenant through trials. Joy, A-N-D, purpose. The season of restraint ensures that when union occurs, alignment is complete, hearts are ready, and covenant is enduring. You are being taught to value completeness over convenience. Completeness ensures readiness, maturity, and sustainability. Convenience often leads to compromise, haste, and misalignment. The Lord's hand ensures that both you and your chosen spouse are complete in spirit, heart, and character, so that union is not a hurried accident, but a divine orchestration of purpose, covenant, and alignment. The Lord's hand is also cultivating joy and anticipation. True joy is not found in haste or premature union, but in alignment with God's plan. Psalm 37:4 teaches us to delight ourselves in the Lord, and He will give the desires of our heart. The person you are being held for is being prepared in parallel, and the joy of eventual union will be amplified because it arrives in perfect timing, divine alignment, and covenant readiness. You are learning that waiting is a form of worship. Worship acknowledges God's sovereignty, timing, and wisdom. Habakkuk 2:3 reminds us that the vision awaits an appointed time. Though it tarries, it will surely come. Worship through waiting strengthens faith, fortifies patience, and cultivates spiritual depth, ensuring that when union occurs, hearts are aligned in reverence, obedience, and covenant. The Lord is also teaching stewardship of the heart. Stewardship ensures that your heart remains protected, aligned, and ready for covenant. Proverbs 4:23 warns to guard the heart above all else, for it determines the course of your waiting period. Cultivates the ability to guard, nurture, and steward love, ensuring that when union occurs, covenant is respected, cherished, and sustained. You are also learning to trust the unseen orchestration of heaven. God's hand moves in ways that may not be visible, but His wisdom is perfect. Isaiah 64:4 reminds us that God does great things beyond what we can ask or imagine. E-encounter with your chosen spouse will be a manifestation of this divine orchestration, a tangible confirmation of God's faithfulness, timing, and alignment. The Lord is still holding, still guiding, still preparing, and still orchestrating. Both you and your chosen spouse are being refined, aligned, and matured. Every delay, every season of waiting, every closed door is a step toward a meeting that will be divinely timed, covenant ready, and purpose aligned. Hearts are being purified, motives clarified, and spirits prepared so that when union occurs, it will be enduring, covenantal, and divinely orchestrated. Heaven continues to move, orchestrating alignment, timing, and purpose with perfect precision. The hand of God is meticulous, deliberate, and sovereign. Every pause, every season of waiting, every moment of seeming inactivity is not empty. It is full of preparation, refinement, and divine orchestration. You may feel the weight of patience pressing on your spirit, the tension of longing pulling at your heart, and the uncertainty of timing clouding your mind. Yet Scripture reminds us in Isaiah 40:31 that those who wait upon the Lord will renew their strength, soar on wings like eagles, run without growing weary, and walk without fainting. The waiting is not a punishment, it is a process, a divine workshop where both hearts are being molded, both spirits refined, and both characters aligned for the covenant that is to come. You are learning to embrace trust in a way that transcends understanding. Trust is not blind, it is informed by faith in God's word, by obedience to His instruction, and by confidence in His timing. Proverbs 16:3 tells us to commit our work to the Lord, and our plans will be established. Your current season is a period of spiritual alignment, where God commits both your journey and the journey of your chosen spouse to His hands. The encounter that seems distant is already ordained. The union that feels delayed is already scripted by heaven. Every detail perfectly positioned for fulfillment. God is cultivating discernment within you, teaching you to distinguish between fleeting attraction and covenant alignment, between temporary companionship and eternal partnership. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 instructs us to test everything and hold fast to what is good. This season of restraint is a divine test of discernment, ensuring that when each chosen spouse appears, your heart recognizes covenant, your spirit resonates with alignment, and your mind understands the wisdom of divine orchestration. Misalignment leads to compromise, and compromise diminishes covenant. Heaven will not allow this. Therefore, delay is protection. You are being trained to understand that love is more than emotion. It is obedience, it is maturity, and it is PU. Purpose-driven, true covenant love is patient, kind, forgiving, and faithful. 1 Corinthians 13 reminds us that love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Your current season is shaping your capacity to love in this way. The chosen spouse is being refined similarly, ensuring that when your hearts meet, love is not impulsive but covenantal, not temporary but eternal, not shallow but deeply rooted in purpose, obedience, and divine design. The Lord's hand of restraint is teaching you that timing matters. Ecclesiastes 3:1 declares there is a time for everything, a season for every activity under heaven. God's timing is perfect. Human timing is often flawed. Your waiting ensures that union occurs when both hearts are mature, aligned, and ready for kavina, preventing the heartache of premature attachment, misaligned values, or rushed decisions. Heaven is orchestrating every encounter, aligning every step, and preparing both you and your chosen spouse for an appointment that will define destiny. You are also being taught the value of patience in prayer. Prayer is not only petition, but preparation. Psalm 37:7 instructs us to be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Your prayers now are refining your spirit, aligning your heart, and shaping your expectations. The chosen spouse is also in a season of prayerful alignment, being prepared for the same covenantal readiness. Prayer is weaving invisible threads between your spirits, forming a divine connection that will be unmistakable when the encounter occurs. God's restraint is cultivating resilience within you. Resilience is not merely enduring delay, it is maintaining faith, hope, and character during periods of uncertainty, challenge, and longing. James 1:2-4 teaches that trials produce perseverance, which produces maturity, resulting in completeness. The waiting you experience is a trial of faith, designed to produce resilience that will sustain covenant, partnership, purpose. Your chosen spouse is undergoing parallel resilience building, ensuring that both of you enter union capable of withstanding trials without compromise or fracture. The Lord is teaching you humility during this season. Humility is essential for covenant because it fosters submission, respect, and the ability to honor divine design. Philippians 2:3-4 instructs us to do nothing out of selfish ambition, but in humility consider others above ourselves. Both you and your chosen spouse are being refined in humility, ensuring that union is characterized by respect, service, and obedience to God's blueprint rather than personal ambition, pride, or impulsive desire. You are learning to guard your heart. Proverbs 4:23 commands us to keep our heart with all vigilance, for it is the spring of life. Guarding your heart in this season ensures that you do not compromise values, settle prematurely, or pursue what is convenient rather than divinely appointed. Your chosen spouse is being refined similarly. God's restraint protects both of your hearts, preparing them for covenant, protecting them from compromise, and ensuring that alignment occurs at the appointed time. This period also teaches you to embrace faith in the unseen. 2 Corinthians 5:7 reminds us that we walk by faith, not by sight. Though your chosen spouse is not yet visible, the Lord has already prepared them, aligned their spirit, and scripted your encounter. Faith assures you that nothing in delay is wasted, nothing in preparation is accidental, and nothing in divine orchestration will fail. The encounter will be unmistakable, confirming years of preparation, patience, and divine alignment. God's holding hand is refining your understanding of love as covenantal. Love is more than attraction or companionship. It is obedience, alignment, and commitment to purpose. The chosen spouse will embody this same understanding, Your meeting will not merely satisfy desire, it will establish covenant, reinforce purpose, and advance destiny. Love in covenant is designed to reflect Christ's love for His church, sacrificial, enduring, and unwavering. Ephesians 5:25 reminds us that husbands are to love their wives as Christ loved the church, and this principle applies to covenantal alignment for both partners. You are also learning the importance of spiritual alignment. Spiritual alignment ensures that your union is grounded in shared faith, values, and obedience to God. Ecclesiastes 4:12 teaches that a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken, the third strand being God Himself. Both you and your chosen spouse are being aligned spiritually so that when union occurs, the partnership is unbreakable, covenant-driven, and filled with purpose. Spiritual alignment prevents discord, strengthens partnership, and ensures that covenant thrives under the guidance of the Spirit. The Lord is also teaching you to prioritize completeness over convenience. Completeness ensures readiness, maturity, and sustainability in covenant. Convenience may tempt you to settle, to rush, or to compromise, but God's hand ensures both of you are complete before meeting. Maturity, integrity, faith, and obedience are cultivated in this season, ensuring that union occurs with preparation, alignment, and divine orchestration. Genesis 2:24 reminds us that a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. The Lord is ensuring that both of you are prepared for this sacred unity. You are being trained in endurance, learning to sustain faith, patience, and hope despite delay. Romans 5:3-5 teaches that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. Your waiting is not wasted. It is a divine process that strengthens, matures, and aligns you for covenant. The chosen spouse is also undergoing this process, ensuring that when you meet, both hearts are resilient, aligned, and capable of sustaining covenant through challenges and seasons of growth. God's restraint is also cultivating gratitude in your life. Gratitude transforms waiting into worship, patience into faith, and anticipation into joy. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 instructs us to give thanks in all circumstances. When gratitude accompanies waiting, your heart remains soft, receptive, and aligned with God's will. The chosen spouse is also developing a RT of gratitude, ensuring that union occurs with both partners appreciating the divine orchestration, preparation, and covenantal blessing. You are also learning the importance of stewardship in this season. Stewardship ensures that your heart, spirit, and desires are cultivated and protected. Proverbs 27:23-24 instructs us to know well the condition of our flocks, guarding them carefully. Your Earth is your spiritual flock. Guarding it through patience, obedience, and discernment ensures readiness for covenant. The chosen spouse is stewarding their heart in parallel. God's holding hand ensures that both of you meet with prepared, aligned, and protected hearts. The Lord is shaping your vision for covenant. Covenant is not casual, it is intentional, purpose-driven, and divinely orchestrated. Amos 3 teaches that two walk together only if they have agreed. The season of preparation ensures that when you meet, agreement in purpose, calling, and spiritual alignment is unmistakable. This union will be purposeful, sustainable, and covenant-driven because both hearts have been prepared according to heaven's design. You are also being taught to embrace joy in anticipation. True joy is found not in immediacy, but in alignment with God's promises. Psalm 37:4 reminds us to delight ourselves in the Lord, and He will give the desires of our hearts. The chosen spouse is being prepared in parallel, ensuring that when union occurs, joy is abundant, covenant is celebrated, and divine purpose is fulfilled. God is teaching patience, trust, and alignment. Patience ensures endurance, trust ensures obedience, and alignment ensures readiness. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us that God makes everything beautiful in its time. Your current season is crafting preparation, maturity, and alignment in both you and your chosen spouse, ensuring that union is perfect, covenantal, and divinely orchestrated. You are also learning that waiting is sacred, a form of worship, and a testament to faith. Habakkuk 2:3 reminds us that the vision awaits its appointed time. Though it tarries, it will surely come. Worship through waiting strengthens faith, fortifies patience, and cultivates spiritual depth, ensuring that when union occurs, both hearts are aligned in reverence, obedience, and covenant. The Lord continues to hold, prepare, and orchestrate. Both you and your chosen spouse are being refined, aligned, and matured. Every delay, every closed door, and every season of preparation is a step toward the divine encounter that will unfold in perfect timing, covenant readiness, and purpose alignment. Hearts are being purified, spirits prepared, motives clarified, and timing perfected, so that when union occurs, it will be sacred, enduring, and divinely orchestrated. Heaven's orchestration continues, unseen yet unerring, shaping the encounter, refining the hearts, and aligning the spirits for a covenant that will reflect God's perfect love, timing, and divine wisdom. In conclusion, beloved, the hand of God has never been idle in your life. Every moment of waiting, every season of restraint, every challenge endured has been intentional, orchestrated by heaven to prepare both you and your chosen spouse for a union that is perfect, covenantal, and purpose-driven. God's timing is flawless, His wisdom beyond comprehension, and His love unwavering. The person He is holding for you has been refined just as you have, molded by patience, shaped by faith, and aligned in spirit, character, and purpose. When the day comes, the encounter will be unmistakable. Hearts will recognize each other, spirits will resonate in harmony, and love will be grounded not in fleeting desire, but in covenant, calling, and destiny. This is a love ordained by God, a partnership crafted for kingdom impact, a covenant that reflects His glory. No delay was wasted, no season was accidental. Every trial, every prayer, every lesson has led to this divine alignment. Rejoice in the waiting, embrace the preparation, and trust fully in His orchestration. The love that awaits you is not just a union of two hearts, it is a fulfillment of God's promise, a manifestation of His perfect timing, and a testimony to His divine purpose. Prepare your heart, strengthen your spirit, and ready your soul, for the day of your divinely ordained union draws near, and when it arrives, it will surpass every expectation, honor every prayer, and reflect the glory of the one who brought it forth. Your covenant is coming, and it will be glorious, steadfast, and eternally aligned with the will of God.